Hi.
Hello, you alright?
I was sweating. I was like, he's after forgetting.
No, sorry, I was on the phone. I was on the phone.
That's okay. That's okay. How are you getting on?
Yeah, getting on board. Just been cooking. What else is there to do at the minute?
I know, yeah. What a disaster, right?
It's mental, isn't it? It's just a very odd situation. I've never obviously experienced it before, and obviously nobody has. But it's just without box. After being with boxing for so long, and then having like not being able to do anything, it's
I know.
just
It's like a roller coaster of emotions. Like the
yeah, it's
first
just
week, I
meant.
was like, look, this is deadly. Take the time off. I can do stuff that I never get the time to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now I'm like, I want to go back to work so badly.
Today's probably been my worst day. I'm just wandering about, walking about the house, thinking what can I do, and it's just I've just been ringing everyone today.
So, like, obviously, as promoter of MTK Global, like, what was the first port of call for you? Like, what was the conversation? Like, do we cancel everything? Do we take it week by week? What way
um,
did you have to go about it?
well, we first of all, obviously, I deal with the British Border Control for the first couple of weeks. Leading up to what was happening and that, I was in constant talks with them and stuff like that. And we always said to the board, look, if we have to, we'll go behind closed doors. We don't want, like, we can do that. We just want the show to go ahead. We've got the fighters ready and everything like that. And at one point, it was going that way. We was happy to do that. They said no fans behind closed doors. Tuesday, I think it was about 11, about half 11 on the Tuesday. I got a phone call from Robert Smith saying, look, no doctors, the show's off. And I was like, well, listen, my press conference is in an hour. They was like, no show.
No way,
So
it
we
was
had
that
the
close.
fighters, we had all the fighters in London flown over from Latvia, Germany. All the boys were there. I had boys coming down from Gloucester for the British title fight. And I had to just tell them, look, it's off. So it was absolutely gutting because I thought we'd done everything. We covered every single base. We've done everything we can as a company. We've done everything we can to put that show on. And it was just, unfortunately, that they couldn't get the doctors. And obviously, it was no good.
What a disaster. All the work,
Yeah, it's
all the work
devastating.
that
I've been
gets put
indoors
in
ever
behind the
since.
scenes.
Yeah, oh, there's massive work. There's massive work behind the scenes and stuff like that. And there was a lot of, obviously, being away, everyone being away from their families, doing
Yeah.
this, doing that. And then to get called off, it was just absolutely devastating for everyone, really.
Terrible. Well, fingers crossed it won't be too long till we're back on schedule and we go back to work.
Oh, mate, I need it.
I can't
I need
wait.
it.
Every
Yeah.
fight that I watch is going to be the best fight I've ever seen ever.
Oh, mate, I just want to see live boxing again.
Yeah.
And do you know what? For the last year or so, I've not actually watched a lot of boxing. The way you're with it and around it every day, and that sometimes I sit ringside and I'll just look straight through the ropes. I don't really watch much boxing.
Yeah.
But now I think I'm gonna I'm gonna watch every fight now.
Absolutely. It's making us appreciate it for what it is, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Let's talk. We'll end the Corona chat and let's
Yeah.
talk about how you actually got into promoting.
Yeah, well, basically, I was my good friend was John Wayne Hibbert. He was former Commonwealth champion, WBC international champion, and that. And I used to go to all the shows with him. Used to help him with his tickets, help do his social media and stuff like that. And then one of my good pals, we was talking. Wayne had a fight in Doncaster. And me and my good pal had a good chat. We was going to go up there for the weekend, make a weekend of it. And a week before the show, he fell down the stairs and broke his neck and obviously passed away. Obviously, it was devastating. I didn't end up going Doncaster due to obviously everything that happened and stuff like that. So in memory of him, I wanted to do something, and I thought, Joe, what the last conversation I had with him was about boxing. I'm gonna do a boxing show. Never done anything like that before. Never organised an event or done anything. I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna do a boxing event. Advertised it on Facebook. Literally, I think it was 7 years ago, like a couple of weeks ago, 7 years ago. I see the status the other day come up on my memories. Anybody want a box? Like, I think just randomly on Facebook. And yeah, we done, and the event when we sold about 900 tickets.
Wow.
And sold the event out, and it was a massive success. Raised £10,000 for charity. And I thought, hang on a minute, if I
Your
can do
first
that,
event.
the first event sold out. But if I could do that for charity, what can I do for myself? So I thought, I'm going to do it. I made another event, and I've done a prize fighter. I sold that out. I thought, hang on a minute, I'm quite good at this. Sold that out, and then I done another event, and there was like about 500 people there. I was like, oh, what have I done? Shit. But obviously learned from the mistakes that I'd done, doing them too close together and stuff like that. And just ended up doing about 50 unlicensed shows. And then I met MGM, or MTK, or it was MGM at the time, at the Tommy Martin versus John Wayne Hibbert fight. After the fight, obviously John Wayne Hibbert won, and was in the bar and that. And I sat there for about 2-3 hours chewing their ears off. Just literally chewing their ears off. And I think by the end of it, they was like, fucking, who is this? You know what I mean? Get him away from me. But I stayed in contact with them. And about 3 months later, I went and had a meeting in London. It was an Anthony Joshua fight. Went and had a meeting with them at the Anthony Joshua fight. And then nothing happened for about 6 months. I was thinking, oh, fuck that. Anyway, but then November in the 2016, got a phone call that we're going to start MTK London. Are you in? And I was like, yeah, 100%. It's just gone on from there, really.
Wow. That's an amazing story for like...
Yeah, massive. Like, it was just
chancing your arm on it really at the start, you know?
Just winged it. And I'm still winging it now. Having a good go anyway.
Absolutely. Like, how has, or, you know, when you started obviously working with MTK, how has, or what it has been the major change that's happened in terms of like the goals, and like when you started, was the goal set out for you then?
I started in 2016, and it was doing shows, but only a few of them. And then I'd done the first MTK London show in March 2017, so just over 3 years ago, and it was a blinding show, right? Really good show. We live streamed it because that's what I bought from the unlicensed. I said, look, I've always live streamed. Can we live stream it? They said, obviously, looked at costs and went, yeah, go on, crack on. And it was a big hit. Everyone was ranting and raving about, obviously, free boxing on IFL and stuff like that. And we've gone on from there, really. And the main big thing is just the growth, how quick it's grown as a company, really. So it's a bit mental if you think about it. When I first started, to look at it, you think, oh, yeah, I might do this, do that. And then now, like, you don't know where it's going to go.
Absolutely. So the most recent, I suppose, big event that we kind of like all knew about over this way was the Golden Contracts. And obviously I interviewed the two Tyrones in camp and had them on the podcast and different things in the lead up to it. So in something like the Golden Contract, are you kind of the brains behind it? Are you thinking up the concept of shows, or how does it all work?
No, obviously I'm not the brains behind that concept, but obviously I'm a big fan of the concept. I think it's been great. Obviously it was talked above a head office and stuff like that. And this is where it's come from. And obviously we got the Sky deal and stuff like that. We all as a team, we all picked the fighters, got the fighters and stuff like that. It was mainly Paul Gibson and stuff like that got the main fighters for the Golden Contract and that. But no, it's been a great concept, and everybody's a big fan of it. So I just want the finals now.
I listen. I said it to you after the semi-finals. I messaged you and said, I'm coming to that final. I'm not missing out.
Yeah, 100%. It was meant to be June 26th.
Yeah, what a disaster.
Who knows? It might not be.
It could be December, middle of December. You never know.
Could be next year. Yeah.
I had Jazza Dickens on last night, or was the night before last.
Yeah.
And we were obviously talking about that, and
lovely man.
So nice, such a gentleman.
He's an absolute lunatic, but he's such a lovely fella.
He really is. And we were obviously talking about it, and you know, it's really sort of injected an exciting, you know, a little bit of excitement onto the scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because there's obviously a good payday. It was really great coverage. The media is great on it, and the fighters are
yeah,
all great that have been
yeah.
included in the
Every
lineup.
fight's
You
been
know?
great. Yeah. No, it's Jazz is more gutted than anybody because he likes, once he gets his mind on something, he just wants to obviously crack on with it. But him versus Ryan Walsh is a great fight,
Yeah.
and it's one I just can't pick a winner of. They're both the finals I can't pick a winner of because obviously with Tyrone and Hara's got that big punch and he's a good boxer, but you can never ever go against Tyrone McKenna. He's got the
No.
biggest balls in boxing and he just loves to fight. And listen, he's got through fights that everyone thought he wasn't going to get through. I know there was obviously questions of the last decision and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
listen, it was a great fight and he was in it from the start. I've said to Tyrone, listen, if I had to give it to someone, I would have given it to Mamone. But that's my opinion. The judges thought different, so I'm happy that Tyrone won because we got the dream final. But
Yeah.
it's subjective how obviously who scoring is very subjective. But yeah, listen, there's two great finals there, and obviously we've still got the semi-finals of the light heavies, so that's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. What is, because obviously when you talk to a fighter and you ask them like, what's a perfect night in the office or in the ring, right? They'll say getting the W. For you as a
Yeah.
promoter, what is a good night?
Good, very exciting, good fights, rather than just the snooze fest. I want to see excitement. I want to see the fans jumping up and down, being like excited. Everyone wants to see that, and obviously, as a promoter, as a team, we got to impress not the fans and the TV. So if it's an absolute snooze fest, then obviously TV are going to be like, oh, hang on a minute. So we've got to look at making proper fights, and with the golden contract, that's what we've got.
So in terms of being a promoter, I mean, there's, you know, fighters can put a lot of blame on promoters in different areas, and it can be
Not just fighters, fans. I
fighters
was getting cutthroat signs and everything at the golden contract.
it's a delicate situation. But how do you combat that? You know, how do you kind of stay strong to the cause and to just like stay true to what you know is going to work and sort of put all that to the back of your mind?
Listen, there's people always think there's backhanders in boxing,
Yes.
and there's never anything like that. It's absolute bullshit. So it is what it is. You just got to do. I'll do my job the best I can, and obviously that's all I can do. I'm always going to be, if there's a bad decision or something like that, I'm always going to get the blame. Like Cash Farouk versus Lee McGregor. The amount of shit that I got for a close fight that I thought Lee McGregor won. It's, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. Part of the game, isn't it?
Absolutely is. So then when you look at, you know, there was a big conversation with the last couple of weeks that I've been doing these interviews. There's always a conversation that comes up about fighters who are really big on social media, that are really big ticket sellers, that are really popular, and that kind of use the sort of notoriety of who they are to excel them in boxing, whether it's like high up on a card or main eventing or whatever it is. What's your opinion on that? Because it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Some people give out about it, saying it's the you know, the people who are not good at it, that are really great fighters, aren't getting the same opportunities. But then it is a business, so what's your opinion on
that's
that?
exactly what it is. It is a business, and obviously with TV, you gotta look hard. You gotta make the TV company happy. So if you've got, like, to say someone's got a famous dad or someone like that, they're always going to be a higher up than a lot of fighters because the TV know them and the public know them. And obviously it's like a social media. Like social media is a massive thing in boxing now. If you've got a good social media, then you're going to sell good tickets and stuff like that. And obviously big ticket sellers are another thing during TV. You need the supporters in there. You can't have an empty arena. Can't have the best fighter in the world, but don't sell a ticket, and everyone's gone. Everyone's left the arena. You look on telly and everyone goes, "Ah, look at them, can't fucking sell Australia, how can they?" Do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
you've got to do you've just got to do what's right for the show rather than pleasing certain individuals. You've got to do what right with the show, sort of thing.
So in terms of coming at it from being a promotable fighter, what would be your advice to new pros that are starting out? How do they market themselves, or how do they present themselves as a good promotional tool for a promoter, I suppose?
Oh, it's being like a bit busy on social media and just being yourself rather than like some fighters are very quiet and stuff like that, and that's why they obviously struggle with ticket sales and stuff like that. But to be in the limelight, you've got to make yourself known. You've got to make yourself. Look at Joe Laws, and he's just comedy gold. And the tickets he sells is unbelievable. So it's just making yourself known in obviously the social media world, and having that fan base and building the fan base up, really. And obviously you got to be able to fight as well.
Do you get a lot of messages from people being like, "Sign me, I want to fight, I want to be a fighter"?
All the time, all the time, and some of them are just thinking, "Oh my god!" But yeah, listen, you always get it. You got to start now. Obviously, we're getting bigger. The company grows and stuff like that. Yeah. We've got to be a bit more pickier on who we sign and stuff like that. So there is procedures now what we've got to go through, sort of thing.
Without giving away too many details, can you give us an idea of like what makes an MTK fighter? Like, why are the guys that are being signed getting signed?
It goes on what they're obviously. You're looking at amateur pedigree, what they've done as an amateur, how they present themselves. Obviously, tickets is a good thing to go by, but some fighters don't sell tickets, but they can really fight. Obviously, you're looking at your Olympians, Commonwealth champions, and stuff like that. Then obviously, it is mainly on things like that now. From before, it was obviously a few different. It was a bit of a easier thing to get signed, but now we've got to look at things and making what's going to make the company look good. It's going to work for the company as well. So that's the main thing these days, is making the right decisions on who we sign and what they're going to do and how far can they go and stuff like that.
What's been your favourite fight that you've promoted so far since being with MTK?
I got asked this today. It's Falls Park, but I could never ever go against that. But other than that, Lee McGregor versus Cash Farouk, atmosphere there was unbelievable. There's just been so many. I'm not being big-headed or anything, but there's been so many big shows and good shows that we've done and stuff like that. It's been a bit of a mad 3 years.
So talk us through the failure. Go on. Your eyes lit up when you mentioned the failure. Mick Conlon, go on.
You know what? It's just unbelievable. Like, first of all, to have when Jamie Conlon told me that I was going to be the promoter for it in association with Bob Arum, I was like a kid in a sweet shop, jumping up and down and everything. I was ringing him up, thanking him and everything. But Bob Arum's a massive fan, unbelievable. So yeah, no, it was an unreal experience to obviously be a part of something like that. What Jamie and Ian Ritchie done to build that show is unbelievable, especially the stresses they had and of the building of the ring and everything like that. Without them two, that show wouldn't have gone on. So fair play to them two. All I've done was the boxing side, so I'm not taking no credit for that. Yeah, no, it was an unbelievable night. When I stood in the ring for a mixed ring walk and just looking around and just seeing 10,000 people just jumping about, it's just a proper a magical moment sort of thing for a boxing person.
Yeah, it's for anyone. I don't think to be there. I don't think even
people non-boxing fans were there and they had an unbelievable night. So that's the main thing. Yeah.
Unreal. I wasn't there. I'm raging. I'll never live it down.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. I had another show.
You let the team. What? No way.
I know. Liberty. I'll never live it down.
Liberty.
Yeah. I will
Hopefully you'll
right
be
the
at the next
wrongs.
one.
I will, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
first in the door, 100%.
That's if we give you media accreditation.
Ah, Lee, don't. What has been the biggest thing that you've learned in the last couple of years? Like, not just in terms of like being a promoter, but just in general, you know, with boxing, with the business, with yourself. What's been the biggest learning curve?
The biggest learning curve is like there's like risks to everything, and everything's got to be a calculated risk, and got to know when to do risks, and it's just like a lot of growing. I've grown up a lot since I've been with MTK. I've had to grow up a lot because obviously I was an absolute nightmare as a kid and stuff like that, and now obviously being around obviously public things and stuff like that, you've got to actually be a normal person. So it's grown like a lot in myself. I've grown up a lot, grown up as a person, and it's just a lot of business, like dealing with different people day in, day out. It's just a lot of like learning the business and stuff like that. So people skills, bit of everything really.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And be careful who you trust.
Yeah, so that's a good one, right? And that's something that is applicable not just to boxing promoters,
No,
but
every in life, day-to-day life,
yeah.
yeah, day-to-day life, yeah. Too many snakes out there.
They
don't want to see you do well.
So how do you navigate that?
Oh, how can you navigate? You just it's gut instinct, isn't it? You just gotta. Do you know what? My best navigator for that, Ian Ritchie. I'll say to him, he'll meet someone, and then he'll go to me. I don't like him. Whatever he puts, he go, no, don't like him. I'm like, what? No, he's all right. No. 2 months later, I go, oh, he goes, I told you. So just got to get him to meet Ian. He's the best judge character.
Get yourself an Ian Ritchie, okay? On the
Ian
list.
Ritchie's got to come out. Everyone you meet, you got to get introduced to Ian. He'll tell you.
Final question, Lee. What advice would you give to someone that was looking to get into promoting? Obviously, wait till you're retired, but
yeah, it's hard work. Do you know what? The most stressful thing about it is the matchmaking. Matchmaking's the most stressful thing in boxing, no matter what anyone says. But listen, you just got to, obviously, to do it on your own is very hard. So you've got to have a good team behind you. I'm lucky to have MTK behind me. I'm sort of lucky that I fell into it, sort of thing. But obviously, it's just you just got to work hard and use your brain. Not that I've got a big brain, but you just got to use your brain, sort of thing, and make sure you do things right rather than being cocky and going, "Oh, do that, do this." There's got to be a reason behind everything, and making sure that you're doing things properly.
Have you been starstruck? Has there anyone along the way?
Man, I'm the biggest fanboy going.
I know you were very impressed when you met me, but
of course. But when Canelo turned up like that, and I looked at it like that when at Frampton, when he's was the Mexican fought Frampton at the Odyssey, and then Canelo turned up. I looked at him and he looked at me. I was like, oh, and then I got up, and I can't remember. I think it was it might have been Anto. Anto went to me, no selfies. So I let him thing like that. And then the next thing I know, they're all like that around him. So I saw this. I went up to him. Can I have a photo? But no, I love a selfie. Obviously, with Bob Arum, when I met Bob, I was a bit starstruck. But I'm a big boxing fan at the end of the day. I'm still a boxing fan, so I still get a bit starstruck with him.
His stories alone are enough, you know. The whatever about boxing promoting, but just like, you know, the fights that he's put on and the fighters that he's represented, just incredible.
Oh yeah, 50 years of promoting, mental, absolute mental.
Has he ever given you any advice?
I've not really ever actually had a proper conversation with him. Obviously, he probably doesn't even know who I am, if I'm honest. he might do, but obviously with the American side and stuff like that, Jamie Conlon is the face for MTK for all that, and obviously the vice president now, so he deals with all that and stuff like that. But I had a good photo of him at the feeder, and I met him in Kazakhstan and stuff like that as well. So it's listen. Every time I see him, what he does and what he's done over the years and stuff like that, it's amazing.
There's some questions here. Let me just have a little look, and I'll see.
Make sure you pick some good ones, because otherwise I will app.
Derry Matthews, Lee, you're a legend. Doing a great job. Just keep it going, mate.
Thanks, Derry.
Riri Fitzsimons 8 wants to ask, what do you think of Alfredo Meli?
Alfredo's an absolute loveliest man in boxing. Unbelievable. Lovely family. But this is a great fighter. He had a very good fight with Danny Dignam, but I think he'll be back. And there was talks of him going down to light middleweight. He can make light middleweight quite easy. So I think he'll go down to light middle, and there's definitely titles in him.
Perfect. Right. I'll give one more while we're here. Just loads of people saying MTK, great show, really exciting fighters. Kieran Getton would like to know, Lee, who do you think wins the super lightweights?
No comment. I can't. I'm a fence sitter. They're both MTK. They're both MTK.
And you have to be when you work in media.
Both finals are MTK, so I can't do nothing.
Okay, wait. Now the questions are flying in there. Let me see. I'll take one more. Right. Steve Malloy would like to ask, where is the best place to promote a fight?
Belfast.
Yes. Ulster Hall is 100%. The best venue.
I've always said it. Always, either Ulster Hall or York Hall. But Belfast is the best by far. Yeah,
go on, Ireland. Let me see. Someone just said, if I could pick another dad, it would be Lee. So there you go.
Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that? Where's he gone? Sniper the boss.
Yeah, Sniper. I knew it was going to be him. He always says this. Lerone Richards.
When there's so many here, I'm trying to go through them.
There'll be some inappropriate ones as well.
Yeah, you have to try and get through them, Lee, you know.
Yes.
Someone just asked favourite fighter.
Favourite fighter?
Favourite fighter, yeah.
Growing up, Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Favourite fighter now? It's hard to say, but listen, I really like Canelo, yeah?
Yeah.
But I think Billy Joe beats him, so...
Really?
Yeah, 100% in my eyes. A fighter I really did like, obviously, Mikey Garcia. And one I see live the other day, Israel Madrimov, who's with with Eddie. They're a very good fighter. And Mikey Garcia, yeah, probably.
Perfect. Well, listen.
No worries.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
It was a pleasure. And hopefully it won't be too long now since I see you again.
Yeah, no worries. Hopefully see you soon, yeah? Take care.
Yeah, take care, Lee. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.